Oh, well, here she comes. Hello, welcome to class. Today is the Million Man March. What do you think about it? Welcome to the Find Your Voice show. I am Coach Fuyanzi. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. We know here that transformational public speaking is about 80% transformation and 20% technique. And today, of course, we're in the transformational piece. So many of you may have been confused by how I opened up today's episode. And it was what my teacher said to me. I don't know if it was like my first, second, or third year in college. When I walked into the classroom, it was my English class, and I was the only Black person in there. And if anyone can relate to this, please make sure you click like or even say I can relate in the comment section. And I walked in a little bit late. And as soon as I walked in, this is what she's like, hey, it's the Million Man March today. Tell us your opinion. I don't even think I had taken off my backpack or my bag to sit down. And this is what she asked me. And I'm just like, okay, even at least at that age, right? I had the wherewithal to be like, okay, now I'm supposed to be representing the entire Black race. Any of you relate to this? I know that you can. And I gave an answer, which was probably very good at that time. However, that thought was prompted by an article that I read. The article was in CNN Business, and the writer of the article is Denise Hamilton. She's the CEO and founder of WatchHerWork. Yes, I was just reading that because I forgot to write it down. And she was talking about Black women in the workplace. The name of the article is 3 Ways Executives Hold Black Women Back at Work. And she brings up some things here which are real for us. Number one, she just talked about how the C-suite executive statistics haven't changed in years. It's about 4% for Black women. And this article was just written relatively recently, not even a year ago, so it's relevant. One of the things she talked about was our getting to where we are in our careers as being looked at as symbolic by the organizations, the companies that you're with, right? So here's Vuyanzi. She is our first Black woman executive. That kind of thing. Again, that is similar to this example from me walking into the college classroom. All of a sudden you become the symbol, the poster child for every Black woman in America. The other piece she talked about was the time constraints. And that means when there are panels that the organizations are plucking the Black women out and getting them to go there, panels, discussions, interviews, that it's like they're sending out that face to represent the company, right? Because especially now we know that that is being looked at. Well, who do you have of representation in your company? But it doesn't take off any of the workload. So it is straining the women. And then finally, she talks about the myth of the strong Black woman, which will be a whole nother episode in itself. However, we as Black women are seen as that we can take more pain. So one of the things that she says is that a lot of these Black women in corporate America, that you're not even getting checked on, your well-being is not being checked on by management. It's just kind of like pile, she can take it. Whether it's conscious or unconscious, that doesn't even matter about the intent. It is what it is. So when I read that, as a coach, you know, I can't allow us to stay in that space. What I do is think, what do we need to do as women, as Black women leaders, to make sure that we are taking care of So I came up with 3 things because I love the number 3. Before I tell you about them, I want to remind you, if you haven't done so already, make sure you click subscribe and you click the little notification button as well so that you get a notification every time new content drops, because I know you're going to love it. So here we go. Number 1, be grounded in your leadership, whether it's leadership at your organization, as a C-suite, as an executive, as a director, or even in your business. Sometimes you wind up on the Chamber of Commerce. Sometimes you wind up in other organizations where you look around. Here we go again. I'm the only one. And they want to do the same thing to you. Self-care, number 1, be grounded. Be grounded in who you are. Many times you're being sent out as a symbol, and it appears that what you truly have up here and here and here is not valued. It's more about this. But don't forget who you are. And that means even if you have to, for yourself, remind yourself by writing a list of your accomplishments, by writing a list of your successes. And remember what success is. You define success if you've reached milestones that you wanted to reach in your life. It's not according to what the world decides is your success. That's number 1 for your self-care. Number 2, say no with a smile. You can look this up, and those of you who are more science geeky-ish, there are things that happen within the body when you smile. There's something that happens to you. And the word no, we know, is the negative. But when you smile, it feels like the affirmative. Really, that no can be affirming you. You don't have to say yes to all the volunteer pieces that you are being asked to do. You don't have to say yes at all. So try this. Smile big like this. Come on, do it. Nobody's looking. You're just watching me by yourself. And say no. Oh, you want to add a little twist on it? No problem. No, thank you. And imagine they're asking, but oh no, but try it again. Thank you, but no. How does that feel? So I want you to be healthy. So try saying no with a smile. That is number 2 of self-care. Little anecdotal story here, because I think a lot of you experienced it. One day I was on the phone with some beautiful Black queens. All of them happened to be my friends. And it was a couple of years ago. We know in the United States, and it made global attention, what was going on in May of 2020, not just the lockdown, but it was the death of George Floyd, which here in the United States, because right now I am in the United States as I'm making this recording, there was a different energy that happened across the land. And I was speaking with my girls, and they were talking about how exhausted they were, because even some of them were being plucked for these committees and these panels, and they were tired. Because we're just tired because of what the statistics are before George Floyd. And then they were being asked to do all these different things. And maybe that's you. Maybe you can relate to that. But you can say no with a smile. And you are affirming yourself and all of who you are and your self-care. So make sure you try that. And number 3, there's a part of a poem that says, no man is an island. Queen, no woman is an island. Connect with other queens who are upwardly mobile, just like you. Listen, the data says only 4% of us are in the C-suites. So, hey, do some of you know each other already? Create a connection. And if it's not another C-suite or not another business owner, there are so many of us who are about progress, and making things happen and being successful and defining what success means. Connect with other women. What does that look like? It may mean Googling I don't know, Black women in my city. It may mean going on to Eventbrite. Maybe there's some organizations that are meeting up where you are. Maybe it means creating your own meetup. Sometimes you got to build that table. Hence, go back and look at one of my other videos called How to Build Your Own Table. Whatever it is, hell, right now on this video, make a comment below if you want to connect with some other queens just to meet, even if it's once a month, to be like, "Bah!" And after you get the "bah" out, then start talking about how you can move forward, how you can move up, how you can move up, how you can press through and move up, how you can move up. Do that. Don't take it for granted. Don't suffer in silence. Don't suffer in a silo. You don't have to. There are too many of us Black queens out here for you to be by yourself. And this world now, we are so connected because of this thing called the World Wide Web. Take advantage. So you have your 3 items for self-care today. Tell me what you think. Has this been an area in which you've been struggling? Share your story. And if you're trying to connect with another queen and maybe you haven't found much luck, drop a note here. Someone's bound to read the comments. This video will stay up in perpetuity as far as I'm concerned. Someone's bound to read the comments to start connecting with. I will definitely read them, but other people will too. Quinn, I hope you got something. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and for Pete's sake, click share and share with several other queens. And listen, if you share on Facebook, if you share on Instagram, if you share on LinkedIn, take a screenshot, here you go, of me and make sure you tag me at Coach Vuyanzi. Until the next time we meet, mwah.